What's going on, guys? Jacoborth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas, talking to you guys today about something I want to give an update on. This has to do with the stadium. I want to give you guys an update for the soon-to-be Las Vegas Raiders that are moving here from Oakland, California, and plans for the stadium. Not exactly for the physical stadium itself. This actually involves parking and parking plans for the stadium, and what the county has been looking at recently and what proposals they've made about parking. And they actually just got something passed through the commission that just voted to approve parking for the stadium. And now this stadium has got a unique parking situation, you could say, compared to a lot of other stadiums. And you guys are actually noticing right now, I am not in front of the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. I'm here on Las Vegas Boulevard. There's a strip right there in the background behind me. And I'm actually standing at one of the sites where they have approved to have off-site parking for the game. So I'm going to read some stuff from an article here and just talk a little about other things I've heard about the parking situation here they're going to have on game day for the Raiders when they are playing here in Las Vegas, and what the situation is going to be. Because I believe the stadium is required to provide something around 16,000 parking spaces. Okay, for their stadium. It's a 65,000 seat stadium. It's almost $2 billion to build. The NFL does require they provide somewhere in the vicinity of 16,000 parking spaces. What the Raiders were able to do, though, was actually get that radically reduced. They were able to get that number radically reduced for the amount of parking spaces they're going to have on site at the stadium. They're only going to have, I think this article says, between like 2,300 and like 2,700 parking spaces actually at the stadium over by the Strip. And the vast majority of those are going to be used by, staff, by the players, by, security, right, police. I mean, just people that are going to be working at the stadium on game day. That's really where those parking spots are going to go to. So for the fans, the people watching, they're going to be driving to the game and they want to tailgate and that kind of thing. They have to park off-site. They're going to have to park several, some of them have to park actually, a couple miles away if they want to be able to come to the game. And they're actually going to have to get shuttle service to back and forth to the parking, from the parking lot to the stadium. They're going to have shuttle services go around and taking people. So I'm going to give you guys the 4 spots that have been approved right now to have for the parking for the Raiders Stadium. So the Orleans Hotel and Casino, that's one spot, has approved part of their property for parking. The northern half of their property, that is expected to provide between 3,700 and 4,600 spaces. Let's see. They are going to have a shuttle service from there. They estimate it'll take about 6 to 8 minutes to get from the Orleans over to the stadium. Another 1,000 or so parking spaces are going to come from a lot, really it's like across the street from the Orleans, near Arville and Tropicana. So that's going to be about another 1,000 parking spots over there, Arville and Tropicana. The next one, near Las Vegas Boulevard and RB Avenue, 2,000 to 2,500 parking spots. That's where I'm standing at right now, guys. So I'm on Las Vegas Boulevard, and there is RB Avenue right there. That's RB, okay? So this lot here, as you guys can see, it's just a bunch of dirt, just a bunch of open gravel right now. It's right behind the Boot Barn over here. So that's where I'm at right now. This is one of the spots where they're going to have game day parking, and you're just going to take a shuttle back and forth to get to the game. The last spot and the final one, that's the farthest away, I'll give you guys kind of an idea, is right here. I'm on Las Vegas Boulevard. The next and the final lot is even farther down. It's actually over on Las Vegas Boulevard and Blue Diamond Road is the next parking lot that they're going to have. And that's supposed to hold between 2,900 and 3,600 parking spaces. So all of these are just off-site spots. So game day, I can see game day being kind of a logistical nightmare just with the way the parking situation has worked out. Let's see. So you have these 4 parking spots, and then about 2,300 to 2,700 spots are only going to be at the stadium. Not a whole lot. And these shuttle services are going to take people to and from the stadium on game day. They're also building this stadium. I guess, there was a saying that, this stadium was the first one to be built in the age of rideshare, and they're anticipating, how much Uber and Lyft are going to have an impact on game days, bringing people to and from the game. And, I just think it's going to be kind of hectic. It's going to be kind of a nightmare, I can imagine, logistically, to get people back and forth to these parking lots, because you have the stadium, then you have all these off-site places. We're going to have, of course, you're going to have staff there operating separately. You have to have security. You're going to have police forces there. If you have a problem over at one parking lot, say you need to pull police forces, a fight breaks out or something, you either have to pull them from another parking lot, or you're gonna have to just pull police, that are patrolling here on the Strip, here patrolling just, the local community. You have to pull police off of regular patrol to come and help with that. So, I mean, it's going to be pulling quite a few resources, I think, to have this thing operating, on game day. And if you guys look, they really had to do this because if you ever see, around the area by the stadium, there's not a lot of space. I mean, on each side of the stadium, you have, a 2-lane road on each side. Dean Martin's only 2 lanes each direction. Polaris is 1 lane each direction. And even, Russell, the overpass is only, 3-4 lanes each direction. Now, on a game day, we have 60,000+ people, just fans, plus all the staff, plus other people that are here just in town. I think it's going to be, really, I think, problematic for people trying to get to the game and trying to barbecue, and tailgate and that kind of thing. One thing, I guess, if there's some silver lining in this, you could say, as bad as the situation may sound here for parking, there are other stadiums apparently that have it a lot worse than Las Vegas does. I guess if you compare Las Vegas' stadium to other stadiums, like I guess Minneapolis, they only have 273 on-site parking spaces for Minnesota. Cleveland only has 1,100 parking spaces. Baltimore only has 1,900. And I guess Cincinnati, Atlanta, and Seattle are similar to the Vegas Stadium in terms of their parking situations. So there are other NFL teams who have much worse parking situations than we do here, but it's just the way the space worked out with it. And then another good thing I'll mention too in this article that I've seen is that all these parking considerations they've put into this plan, actually this does not take into account at all people are just going to be staying at their hotel on the Strip and just walking on game day. Okay, that's really, I think, where most of them are just going to be. They're going to stay, probably at the south end of the Strip, so they're within, a closer walking distance. They're just going to walk on game day, and I think that's probably the smart thing to do, is just walk and do that. If you really want to tailgate, then you have to choose one of these spots. Like I said, with shuttle service, with people having to, the shuttle drivers having to take them back and forth, people drinking before the game, people drinking at the game. I mean, I can imagine, certain just issues popping up, with the shuttle service, with safety, with trying to manage so many different parking lots on game day. I mean, I can just imagine there's going to be some issues trying to manage all of that. So I think the smartest thing to do, if you want to come to the game, just stay on the Strip somewhere, walk. Even if you got to walk a couple miles, walk a few miles. I think even with Uber and Lyft helping, I know they're taking that into consideration for the stadium, but again, I think it's just going to be so congested to get in and out of there on game day that even Uber and Lyft is not going to be a huge benefit to people. I mean, I think you're better off just walking from the Strip than even taking an Uber to try to get close. So we'll see how the plans unfold. We'll see what they're able to do with the amount of space they have, how efficiently they're able to make the process of getting in and out of the stadium with all the traffic that's going to be on game day. I want to hear what you guys think about this. What's going on here with the stadium, how plans are progressing. The goal is to have this thing ready by 2020 for the Raiders and for UNLV Rebels to be playing here at the stadium, and of course for other events in the future. So tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. If any of you guys want to talk to me one-on-one over the phone, link down below on Clarity, you can talk to me there. You can schedule a time to chat if you want to talk about moving to Vegas or just planning a vacation. That's all good. If you want to support me on Patreon, link down below over there as well. If you guys want to send anything for mail time, there's an address down below that you can send stuff for a mail time video in the future. That's it for this video, guys. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.